She, hers, and her pronouns. So I'd like to start this by talking a little about closets. A lot of stuff gets put into them. There are those things that you need on a daily basis that go right on the shelf in the front. Then there's that stuff that you're going to need in a few months that goes in a box in the middle. But there's always that pile in the back. Stuff that's get pushed back and forgotten. Stuff that's hidden.
Megaphone.
Megaphone?
Megaphone.
Can you hear me now? Here we go. So there's always that stuff in the back of the closet that gets pushed back and hidden. Stuff that you can't find unless you're really searching for it. I don't like closets. People are not meant to be in them. And yet a closet is the perfect analogy for where I was not too long ago. I felt buried, trapped by fear. I wasn't the person I was telling everyone else I was. The real me was that pile hidden in the back of the closet. It's funny because now when people meet me, they tell me they never could imagine me being in the closet. They say I'm too confident about my sexuality. But I struggled for years before I came out. The night I came out as gay, acknowledging and beginning to come to terms with a battle that had been going on in my head and heart for 5 years, was the worst night of my life. It was about 2 a.m. and I was lying in bed, my body curled, aching from the sobs that felt like knives tearing through my chest. It wasn't because I knew my family was going to disown me. It wasn't because I knew my friends were going to desert me. It was because I knew that from that day forward, I would be fighting for people's respect that I had been given before, but what now would not be as easily given just because of who I loved.
Shame.
I would be fighting for the same rights that so many others take for granted. I would be fighting to be equal just because of who I loved. But I've been fairly lucky so far in my journey. Amherst, and specifically UMass, has such a strong LGBTQ community, and I have never felt anything more than any less than what I've always been. I was completely accepted for who I am by my friends, family, and college community. The UMass community is so welcoming and supportive, and our students are there for each other. Unfortunately, this is not the case everywhere, and not everyone has my happy ending of a story. But I am here today because I see hope. 18 years ago, President Bill Clinton signed the Defense of Marriage Act, banning the federal government from recognizing same-sex unions.
Shame.
And yet 14 years ago, Massachusetts became the first state to legalize gay marriage. Since then, a total of 17 states have legalized gay marriage, and the number is quickly rising. I am looking forward to a time when holding hands with the person you love is not something to stare at. When anyone can marry whoever they want, whenever they want, and when announcing your sexuality is not media worthy. I'm looking forward to a time when no one will need to come out of the closet because no one will feel as if they are trapped in one. My love is no less real. Our love, our identities are just as true as everyone else's. Today, we can break down that closet. Today, we stand in solidarity, one community with one message of acceptance. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, asexual, intersex, and allies alike. We are UMass United.